Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Randana Yashodanandana Brajajana Randana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Everybody Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Jaya Srimad Bhagavatam. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं
नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
tato jayat mudirayet nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
bhagavati uttama shloke
Bhagavate Uttama Shloke
bhaktir bhavati naishtiki
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki
krishnaya vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
devaki nandanaya cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
nandagopakumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
govindaya namo namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
I want to very sincerely thank all of you for joining this session. So I was very honored that Nirama to welcome me here, and he has been telling me about all of you. He updates me on regular basis of what's going on here. So I'm very happy today that after hearing a lot of glories about you from him, I'm I'm meeting you all. So thank you so much. So today we're going to discuss about Srimad Bhagavatam. We might have heard about Bhagavad Gita and also about Bhagavatam, but let's try to churn a bit what is Srimad Bhagavatam. So as we know that when it comes to scriptures, any scriptures, the author is just one, Krishna, Dvaipayan, Vyasadeva. So nobody can claim in this world that I have written scriptures. It doesn't, because scriptures means they're apaurushaya, where they're transcendental. And Vyasa, he is Krishna himself who has come to write down. So anything which Vyasa has written is definitely apaurushaya, is transcendental. Now, when Vyasadeva, when he compiled Srimad Bhagavatam under the guidance of Narad Muni, Vyasa was bewildered. There was a pastimes of Vyasadeva where he was bewildered, and he was guided by Narad Muni. And Narad Muni told him that he should compose Srimad Bhagavatam, because a book which exclusively talks about pure devotion to God. Because all the Vyasa's work which he previously composed, that were good, very nice, but it were meant for body and for mind. Something for the soul was very important. And Narad Muni advised him that food for soul is Srimad Bhagavatam. What is in Srimad Bhagavatam? Questions and answers related to the Lord, His incarnation, all the great devotees of the Lord who were previously there. So their histories are recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam. Benefit for the body and benefit for the mind, we will figure it out, right? We, by our own, we will figure out what is comfortable for our body, what is good for our mind. We have that understanding. We accept certain things, we reject certain things based on our comfort or understanding. But for the soul, the food for the soul is Srimad Bhagavatam. And for that we need help. And that's why Vyasadeva, he compiled Srimad Bhagavatam. But he had another issue with him. The 4 Vedas, he gave it to his disciples. You propagate it. 5th Veda, the Mahārāta and the Puranas, he also gave it to Romaharshan Sut. But when he compiled Bhagavatam, he was looking, who is that personality who can propagate this Srimad Bhagavatam everywhere? And he was not able to find. So he decided to pray to Krishna. Oh, Krishna, I have compiled this Bhagavatam under your guidance. but now I don't see any qualified person who could propagate this. So he prayed. And that's how Shukadeva Goswami was born. Now Shukadeva Goswami was a very interesting personality. Definitely he was a pure devotee of the Lord. But he chose, when he was in the womb of his mother, he chose not to come out. When your father is Vyasadeva, then your mother has to be mother has to be extraordinary mother, right? And the son is Shukadeva Goswami. So Shukadeva Goswami chose to not come out from the womb of the mother for 12 years. Little unusual. Vyasadeva was having a conversation with Shukadeva in the womb. My dear son, there is a purpose we both have to execute. You come out. He is saying, dear father, I am very happy inside. Usually the womb of the mother is not such a good place to stay. But Shukadeva, he was understanding that outside world is a big challenge. Big challenges outside, so I prefer staying inside. Vyasadeva tried to convince, please come out. And he was not accepting it. Krishna was in Dwarka at that time. He was in Dwarka. Lord Vyasadeva went to Dwarka. He invited Krishna. Krishna came in person and he told Shukadeva, please come out. My energy, my external energy, Maya, will not touch you. Offering respects to Lord Krishna, he came out. And what he was supposed to do? Be with his father, right? He walked straight to forest. Absolute no attachment. Started walking straight to forest. And Vyasadeva was running behind him. Now, when Shukadeva Goswami was passing by a lake, there were a few girls who were taking bath absolutely naked. And this Shukadeva Goswami, this girl saw Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami was also not wearing any clothes. He was just walking. These girls did not cover themselves. Because Shukadeva Goswami was on a completely transcendental platform. He was not on a mundane platform. It is very important for us to know what was Shukadeva Goswami's level of consciousness. He was not on mundane platform. There are personalities who are in the material world, but are not from the material world. They are coming from spiritual world. They are not affected by surroundings. Just like, for example, if you are in a room here, if there is rain outside, will it affect us? No. There is snow outside, will it affect us? No. There is water happens outside. We are here in this room, so it will not affect us, right? So similarly, we are in the same material world, but we are in a circumstances where outside things will not affect us. So these great devotees of the Lord, they are in the material world. They might look like us, but they are beyond this material world. Shukadeva Goswami was like that. And Shukadeva Goswami, he went to the forest, and Vyasadeva was behind. And when Vyasadeva was following behind, these girls, they covered themselves. And Vyasadeva asked, hey, you are like my daughter, like my granddaughter. My son was very young, of same age. He passed by, you did not care. And now I am coming. And he's saying that Shukadeva Goswami is Shukadeva Goswami. Because Shukadeva Goswami's name, fame, kirti was spread everywhere. So he was such a transcendentalist. Now Vedavyas was in a big difficulty. He compiled Srimad Bhagavatam, and who will propagate? Shukadeva Goswami was born for that purpose, and he was in the forest. So Vedvyas decided, I have to do it myself. Let me start. So he started giving the classes himself. Janmadiyasya yatanvayaditaratas charteshva bhigna swarat tene brahmaradhayadi kavaye muyanti yata suraya tejo vari mradam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastamatra vastu shivadam tapotrayanmulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kimva Pararishvaraha Sadyorade Avrudyatra Krutibhi Susrushubhistakshana. So Vedavyas started giving Bhagavatam classes. And his disciples who were listening, they became so mesmerized with those verses. They became so mad, so attracted to them, that they started singing day in and day out. They used to go in the forest, they used to sing. They used to do their household activity, they used to sing. So they were just singing the verses. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam shukamukhadam ratadram vasayutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuravo rasika bhuvi bhavuka. So they were singing. And who heard it? Who heard the singing? Shukdev. Shukdev Goswami was in the forest, and definitely they were doing something in the forest, and they were singing, and Shukdev Goswami heard that, and he became so attracted to those verses, and he came back. He said, "Hey, what are you singing? This is very attractive. What is it?" "Your father is waiting. Go. Papa is waiting." So he said, so Shukdev Goswami went. Now when he came, when he left, Shukdev Goswami left his father. But when he came now, Shukdev Goswami came to his spiritual master Vyasadeva. He did not come to his father Vyasadeva. He came to Jagat Guru Vyasadeva. He understood that he is the Acharya. So he went and submitted himself as a disciple. As a son? No. When he went, he was a son and the father was running behind him. But when he came back, he took shelter of Acharya Vyasadeva. And then he heard the entire Srimad Bhagavatam from him. And also Mahabharata. Very interesting thing. He taught entire Mahabharata also Shukdev Goswami. And he told Shukdev that you have to go to Gandharva Loka and you have to narrate the whole Mahabharata also. So Shukdev Goswami did go to Gandharva Loka as well. He narrated the whole Mahabharata to them and again came down. And then he was traveling in different places. There is another personality called as Parīkṣit Maharaj. I was with some devotee who dropped me just now. We were discussing about previously the whole world was under the control of India, Bharat. Hastinapur was the capital of the world. And there were kings in Europe and other places, everywhere there were kings, but they were subordinate to the king of India, to the Bharat. So Hastinapur was the capital of the world. Even if you see in the Mahabharata, if you see very carefully, observe that Rajasuya Yagya, when Rajasuya Yagya was performed, at that time there are the kings from Europe, China and other places that names mentioned, Russia and other places, they all came there. They're all present in Hastinapur for the Rajasuya sacrifice of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So there is all historical records in Mahabharatas also. So these kings were subordinate. Now, when Yudhishthira Maharaj handed over the kingdom to Parīkṣit Maharaj, when Yudhishthira Maharaj understood that Lord Krishna has departed from the world, he was disinterested in managing the affairs anymore. and he handed over the kingdom to Parīkṣit Maharaj. Parīkṣit Maharaj was also an amazing king, amazing powerful personality, a god conscious. Previously, now there were kings who were called as Rajarshis. Why Rajarshi's title was not given to everyone? It was given to a selected people. Raja and Rishi, king and saintly person, both combined becomes Rajarshi. Means Rajarshi means he followed the path of dharma very nicely. Just like Yudhishthira Maharaj was like that. Yudhishthira Maharaj was a Rajarshi. And that's why whole world accepted Yudhishthira Maharaj as a king because of this quality of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Same was with Parīkṣit also. He was Rajarshi. And an episode happened in his life. A very interesting episode happened. He was in the forest, thirsty, very hungry. And he happened to visit a place of a rishi. You know, previously in the forests, there were great rishis used to stay. The great kings used to stay. The kings, after age of 50, they used to take vanaprastha. It's not that they used to keep dragging. No, they used to enjoy the opulence till a certain amount of time, and then they used to live a life of a renunciate. There is a arrangement, 25 years of brahmacharya. 25 years one has to stay celibate. Next 25 years one is expected to be in a household life, right? And then in the household life, usually there is a lot of sense enjoyment is there, right? So there is a license in the household life for sense enjoyment. But now the time for death is going to approach, right? The death is going to come. After 50 minutes, hardly we have a life of 70, 75, 80 years, right? Let's assume 100 years also. So previously the kings also, when they were 50, they used to hand over the kingdom to their children. And then they used to, or a qualified king, or a qualified person, and they used to take shelter of forest. So great kings also used to stay in forest. And the sages also used to stay in forest. Basically the ashram of the sages was there, and this king used to go and take shelter of those sages. These days it is not practically possible because there is, in the forest, we can't live in the forest. If we start living in the forest, we'll need a duplex. We need a duplex. We need AC, heater. So everything will be needed. We need lots of help. So this arrangement practically is not possible now. But we need to understand the purpose is that after 50, one should stop the enjoyment aspect and try to focus on internal aspect of life more, and try to contemplate how I can perfect my existence. So Parīkṣit Maharaj, when he was in the forest for protection of such people who were staying in the forest, it was the king's responsibility to protect the sages from the wild animals. Because there were wild animals, so it was the king's duty to protect. So Parīkṣit Maharaj was there, and then what happened? Parīkṣit, when he was himself thirsty and hungry, he went to that ashram of that rishi, and he was not welcomed. He was not welcomed. There was no haribol, no welcome. Imagine Narendra Modi ji is coming to this particular place. The prime minister or the president of this country will be also at the airport. They'll be welcoming him. There'll be all arrangements will be done. The king of the whole world was at the door of this rishi and there was no welcome. He naturally felt offended and he was thirsty and he was hungry. You know, when we are thirsty and when you're hungry, you're almost lost. I mean, if we are reaching in 10 minutes, so we are reaching in 10 minutes and I want the plate in front of me. And if I don't get that plate in front of me, then whosoever is that, they are going to get it. Some sweet words from me. And it's natural with us. It's a natural thing, right? That we are so hungry, we are so thirsty. And then we don't get things on time, we get disturbed. So Parīkṣit Maharaj was disturbed. Interestingly, what happened, he got disturbed and then there was a dead snake there. He picked up the dead snake as a punishment and put it on the sage's neck and he left. And the sage, he was in trance. He was meditating on the trance. He was not in external consciousness. It did not matter to him because he was in trance. He was meditating. It did not matter him. But then his son, his name was Shringi, it mattered to him. He got offended and he cursed Parīkṣit Maharaj. 7 days from now, Parīkṣit, you are going to die. We also have 7 days only. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? If you see very carefully, we also have 7 days with us. And we are going to die in one of those 7 days only, right? So this little boy of 7 years old, this 7 years old boy cursed who? The king, who was ruling what? Ruling the whole world. He cursed. You will die in 7 days. The snake bird would come and kill you. Now, the point is that we also get cursed by people like this in our life. If you very carefully observe our own scenarios in our different scenarios, it is not possible to satisfy everybody in this world. We are good. We are trying our best. We are doing our best. But it is very difficult to satisfy everyone. And then what happens? We get curses like this. They might be not potent enough, but it has some impact on us. If somebody has ill feelings for you, negative feelings for you, we get feelings, right? We get vibrations. We could immediately sense that this person, he has some negative feelings for me. I was sensing that last 24 hours. I was staying with him and understanding that. So he was having this, we could sense from people. Just okay, Prabhu. He's a good person. So, how we deal with these situations, we need to understand. Sometimes very insignificant people, they trouble us. But we should not lose it. How we handle the situation, that is very important. How Parīkṣit handled it is very important. Parīkṣit was to curse to die in 7 days. These days, nobody can curse us in such a way that we can die in 7 days, because for cursing someone to die like that, you need to be spiritually so potent. So these days, there is no such purity left with people that they can curse, that you will die in 7 days. Not possible. But those days, people are potent, powerful people. So they cursed. Parīkṣit Maharaj, he was cursed. But how he handled that situation is what we need to understand. When we are also put in such difficulties, we need to see, we don't, like for example, we only see that some person is trying to be negative with us, right? Trying to trouble us. But we should understand that person himself is troubled. At the same time, you need to understand that there has to be a cause for why this situation is happening. Because the causes of all the time factor is very powerful. We might have done something wrong in previous life or previous time. That's why it has come back to us. Our dealings with people are also like that sometimes. We're also rude. We also bully people. We have done this. So what we sow will come back to us. So this might not be now or previous lives, but it is there. So that understanding we can't hate people just because somebody has done that. So yeah, okay, how we handle it, how Parīkṣit handled it. Parīkṣit was powerful enough to counteract that curse. Parīkṣit was powerful enough to curse him back. And he was the king. He could have just ordered, put this father and son in jail. Just arrest him. Regarding your curse, I'll take care of it. So, Parīkṣit he accepted it. The books wale astil to. Parīkṣit, he accepted the curse. How did he accept the curse? He accepted the situation and he decided that let me utilize it properly. He was powerful enough. So when you have power, always remember that never try to use your power to somebody who is weak. Because time is powerful. Right now you are in power. When we get power, when we get position, it is meant for serving others. Powers, position, administrative positions, these positions are meant for what? This is meant for helping others, serving others. And if we are doing it nicely, then we'll get more responsibilities. But if we misuse the power and show our power to someone else who is weak at this moment, what will happen? Time is powerful. Gradually, we will become weak and that person become powerful. And then he will show us the power. There was a time when Narendra Modi was not allowed to get a US visa. Now, there are so many countries who rejected him. When he was the CM of Gujarat, then he was welcomed everywhere. Now he is welcomed everywhere. In our lives also, if you have seen, that there were times when people bullied us, people troubled us, and if we have just kept quiet at that time. Time is so powerful that situation changes and we get the power. So how we utilize the power, how we utilize the strength when we have that is very important. Because that decides everything. That decides everything. So Parīkṣit Maharaj did not misuse it. He accepted it as Lord's arrangement. We need to understand that the cause of all the causes is Krishna. So Parīkṣit Maharaj took this as the arrangement of the God in his life. He took this as the arrangement of God. And he decided, now let me take shelter of the God exclusively. So what did he do? Parīkṣit Maharaj, he gave up his kingdom to his son. He wore a dress of a sadhu and started walking on the banks of Ganges. Imagine a person who is so powerful that the people across the world are under his control. All the superpowers are under his control. Everyone. And a 7-year-old boy cursed him. And he accepted that curse. Sometimes our situations will become very peaceful if we start accepting it. If you start accepting the reality of our life and you start accepting situations, we will become satisfied. The dissatisfaction is because we are not accepting the situations. There are so many things around us. Like if we have a friend who has a nature. Now, if he is your friend or if she is your friend, then we should know she is like that, he like that. When you accept it wholeheartedly with all his good qualities, bad qualities, okay, however he is mine, then things are different, right? It's a different situation altogether. So we need to accept the situations. So Parīkṣit Maharaj accepted that, and he chose to hand over his kingdom to his son, and he starts walking towards Ganges. And all the sages, all the other kings and so many sages, they all came there. As soon as the news spread, these days WhatsApp is there, Telegram is there, social media is there, but those days the technology was much more advanced. We think this is advancement, right? This is nothing. You know how the sages used to communicate with each other? Through the mind. I can tell Nilambar Prabhu, I'm in India, he's in here, but I can tell him via mind, and he will get the message. That's how, you know what? These days news channels, they're focusing on the politicians, right? Those days, all the sages and all the great personalities from all across the world, especially the higher planetary systems, they were able to read the mind of the king. What's going on in his mind? Imagine what's going on in your mind. If what's going on in my mind, all of you know. That's how pure the king was. Isn't that the fastest technology? यहाँ पे number dial करना पड़ता है. They have to dial a number, right? There they used to directly communicate through mind. So that's how powerful the early technology is. This is nothing. This advancement is nothing. So Parīkṣit Maharaj, when he was on the banks of Ganges, all the great personalities came there. All the great rishis. And he welcomed all of them. He bowed down to them, welcomed all of them. And he had two questions. He asked them two questions. What should I do when I have, what should a person do throughout his life? That's the first question, right? What should a person do throughout his life? And especially when he has only 7 days left with him. What should one do? Various solutions to Parīkṣit Maharaj. Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. And just at that time, Vyasanandan, Shukadeva Goswami, who was wandering in the forests of Hastinapur, he comes there exactly at that place where this great rishis whose age was 1,000 years old, 2,000 years old, who were staying in upper planetary systems, and they were advising Parīkṣit Maharaj. Just at that time when this discussion was going on, at that moment, Shukadeva Goswami enters the arena. And when Shukadeva Goswami comes there, his body is just like Krishna, blackish blue. He has a very beautiful, appearance. And when Shukadeva Goswami entered there, all these great rishis, they all stood up from their seats to offer respects to Shukadeva Goswami. Why? Because Shukadeva Goswami exhibited all the 32 symptoms of a great personality. There are 32 symptoms of a great personality, and all were present in him. There is a science called as psychognomy, right? Samudrik Shastra. There is a science, very old science, and you can easily, just by looking at the bodily symptoms, you can tell about a person. This face reading thing is just a 0.1% of that. There is 6 years of study for that. It is still there in India. If one studies that, I can just tell you anything about you, about the whole your life and everything, past, present, future, everything you can tell them. The science does exist. There is a person in Vrindavan who knows this. Samudrik, it's called a Samudrik Shastra. There is a psychognomy. I think that's the word. If you can press it down in Google. So when Shukdev Goswami entered that particular arena, everybody stood up. And they said to Shukdev, Parīkṣit Maharaj, now you go and take shelter of Shukdev Goswami. So Parīkṣit Maharaj went, offered his prostrated dandavats to him, gave him elevated seat, and all these great personalities sat down here to hear from Shukdev Goswami. And Shukdev Goswami replied, the answer to both your questions is one. Answer to both your questions is Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's where the Srimad Bhagavatam second canto begins, with a conversation between Shukdev Goswami and Mahārāja Parīkṣit. We also have 7 days with us. You know, when Lord Krishna was completed his pastimes, he was about to go from this world. At that time, Brahmaji and all the devatas, they came, they prayed to the Lord, my dear Lord, you have come here for our purpose, you have established dharma, everything is fine, now you have to go back. You can go back to your abode. Our work is finished. Our work is finished. At that time, Lord said, okay. And then the Lord invited all the Dwarkavasis, and he also informed them that it's time for us to go to Prabhas, and from there, he indirectly explained them. At that time, Uddhavji, he caught hold of Krishna in a secluded place. He said, hey, what's going on, my friend? I heard you're going. He said, I have to go. That's my time is up. But then what is going to happen? As soon as you leave, this Kali Yuga is going to show its effect. But then the Lord said, I have to go. What should I do? But I have a plan. The Lord said to Uddhava, I will appear in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. I will come in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. I will invest all my powers and everything in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just like Krishna, he comes in the form of fish, which is Matsya Avatar, right? He comes in the form of a boar, that is Varaha Avatar. When he comes in the form of lion, it's Maha Avatar and Narasimhadev, right? How many of you seen that? Okay. So when Krishna comes in the form of book, it is Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? So it's Krishna. It's Krishna in the form of book. So it's up to us how it has come to deliver us. So there are 3 ways of serving Srimad Bhagavatam: hearing about it, reading about it, and speaking about it. And my friend Nilamba Prabhu is doing it that very well. He is propagating Bhagavatam here. This Sanatan Dharma, people are famously called Sanatan Dharma. In India also, Sanatan Dharma is very popular, the word. This Sanatan Dharma is what? Is what is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. The Bhagavad Dharma and Sanatan Dharma is the same. There's no difference. We don't understand that as people staying in India or people outside, we're not able to relate to that. But Sanatan Dharma and Bhagavad Dharma is the same. It's the same thing. Any questions, my dear friends? Yes.
So, when Parikshit Maharaj actually put the dead snake on the around the neck of that rishi, because Parikshit Maharaj is so conscious that he knows that he is doing, at that time he might also be knowing that he is doing the wrong thing,
Yeah.
but he could not stop himself from doing the wrong thing, maybe because he is angry.
Mhm.
So how can one stop himself or herself when they are in a state of this anger to do a wrong thing?
Now, Parikshit Maharaj, Pandavas, let me answer it in this way, that gambling is wrong, right? Pandavas also knew that, but they also played the match, right? They could have avoided that, but they did play the match. And then we all got a lesson to learn that gambling can take us to such a low state of consciousness that even we will put our wife in the as an offering in the gambling match. So we should understand how low a person's consciousness can go. Similarly, this incident of Parikshit Maharaj's episode, we should take a lesson that it shouldn't have been done, right? Krishna teaches us through the life of great devotees. For example, how will a son learn? He learns from his father and mother. What his father and mother does, the son learns. Similarly, the great life of the great personalities is like that. So when we know that it is not good to be angry, so whenever such situation arises in our life, best is to keep calm. Because that anger is only for limited amount of time. It's not going to stay with throughout your life. No, it's just only for some time, a maximum a day or a two. And after that, situation changes, time changes, and everything has to go. But that moment, that heated moment, is better to keep calm. Even if between a couple also, if they're fighting. Ha ha! Best if one of them remembers this and keeps calm and allows the other person to speak. How long will he speak? Or how long she will speak? If the other person not responding only, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that's it, over. But that calmness of 5 minutes to 10 minutes will save that relationship. That 2 minutes of silence can save a disaster in a relationship. Because if both are angry, both are fighting, then things are broken. A lot of things, go here and there. But if one person also keeps calm, then that will save that relationship, that will save that problems, that will save that scenario. So it's very important that, thanks, you put forward a very good question. So we have to learn from Parikshit Maharaj's episode. And when Parikshit Maharaj did the mistake, while he was going back, he was lamenting, he was repenting. Mistakes do happen, but we should repent. Parikshit Maharaj was repenting for his mistakes. That repentance is very essential. And that's what he did, that he understood that I committed an offense against the sage. So he was repentance. He was repenting in his heart, and he was praying to the Lord that let my kingdom go away. And that's where he got the news of that, So he took it in a very positive way. So in our scenario, best is that we keep calm, keep our cool, and that will save us a lot of problems. Just imagine, whenever there is a situation where you have to be angry, just at that moment, just wait and think. If I deal in this situation, there are two ways of dealing this situation. If I become angry, what will happen? And if I deal with the same situation calmly, what will happen? Simple. Before reacting, just pause and think. if I have to teach something to my friend, if I say it angrily, what will be the result? And if I say it in a loving way, what will be the result? Because it might be that your friend has gone through a lot of difficulty that particular day and is suffering, and out of which someone else's anger is taking on you. So he needs to be also calmed down. You also need, as a friend, you also need to understand him or her. So that's why taking a pause before reacting is very good. That's an advice. Anything else I can serve you? Any other questions?
I have one more question. I will wait for other people to ask. I have another follow-up question based on that.
Go, you can go ahead. Probably this will inspire others.
So, that Rishikit who actually gave this sharp to Parīkṣit Maharaj,
Of course, yeah.
and the Rishi who actually got the snake, so when he noticed that there is a snake, he didn't react angrily, and he just meditated and saw, okay, there is a great sage, and sometimes mistakes do happen, so he let it go.
Yeah.
But when the Rishi kid got to know, he gave away this shrap immediately and cursed Parīkṣit Maharaj.
Yeah.
So that kid repented actually later on?
No.
Or
The kid did not repent, but he was chastised by his father.
what is that?
Chastised. The father chastised him. Because when he cursed, then you always remember, when you're troubling a great personality, then you will be first in trouble. And when you're cursing something like that, all your spiritual piety will be finished. And that's what happened. That boy came crying to his father, and he woke him up, explained him everything. And his father said, alas, oh my God, what my son, what did you do? Because of him, he's the king, he was a pious king. Because of him, we are able to practice our devotional life. Otherwise, rogues and thieves will kill us, will trouble us. So he chastised him. But from that episode onwards, that was a degradation of the Brahmanical culture. This is the episode that Kali personified, influenced this little boy. Because he could not influence Parīkṣit Maharaj. Because Parīkṣit Maharaj already subdued him. So Kali influenced this little boy Shringi. And from there started the downfall of Brahmanical culture. Any other questions, my friends? Yes, please go ahead.
Maybe I have just a general question, nothing related to this.
No problem.
What would someone do when he or she feels everything is falling out, and when, like during that hard work, she has taken the name of the God, what heart in the right way, but nothing is working out?
We should understand that nothing is going to fall apart unless we accept it. I mean, external situations can be crushed into, everything can go away, but everything can be rebuilt again. If, the powers, the positions, everything, this can all come, money and everything can be built again. There are so many situations in the lives of so many people where they have lost everything and they have gained everything. So always remember that there is you should always have the self-confidence. When there is in my case, how I see situations is whenever there is a disturbing situation, I take discouragement as an encouragement. When people discourage me, I'm sad for a couple of days, but that same discouragement becomes encouragement for me. When I carefully analyze it, I take this as an encouragement, and I decide, okay, if there is a challenge, I accept the challenge, and okay, I have to start everything again, I will do that. And I do start. I have practically 3 times in my life, till date, in a small life of 40 years, 3 times I have practically restarted everything in my life. It happens. So, I'll never lose, don't be hopeless. Don't be hopeless. Okay? Hopelessness is not for people who are courageous. Okay? So, always remember that everything can be built back. You are alive, you have your senses with you, your hand, legs, everything is all right, perfect, all right. You can change everything. Okay. And you know what? There is a lesson to be learned from every situation. So if we are in a such situation, so take this as God's arrangement and learn some lessons from that. Learn from lessons. Great people, great minds, they always learn from all the situations. They have everything in life, they don't have anything in life. They learn from situations and they move forward in life. And build everything, build. Brahma also, at the end of the day, everything goes away and he creates again. So, when a certain city gets destroyed by earthquake, it's built again, right? Big cities, tsunamis comes, the whole cities get driven away, but it's built again. Why? Because there is a hope again. That's why people build again. Everything has to build again. This is life. Ups and downs are the part of our life. So we need to accept that. When you accept that this is part of the life, start again. The sun is rising again. There is a new bright day waiting for us to start everything again. So with the new enthusiasm, learn from your previous lesson and start again. When a team loses a match, there is a next match in front of them. If they don't take lessons from that and just feel morose, oh, I lost the match. Oh, now we cannot again never win the matches. We are the losers. Because media is criticizing, everybody is criticizing, everything is chaos outside. People, in India, what happens, when the cricketers, they lose their matches, they burn the cricketers, images. They beat them with chappals. So, we should learn from the situations and then take it positively and fight the next match with great spirit. Never lose hope, never be hopeless. Because the Lord has made this world in such that every day starts with the sunshine and every day is new, fresh start. Every day is a fresh start in our life. Okay? So any situations we might be in, the next day we can start positively and rebuild things, rebuild our dreams. Okay? Hare Krishna. I have something for all of you in that bag. Pratap Radhaji, can you get that? Okay, get the bag, please. I have something for all of you. Open that, please. Purna open kar. I'm an author also, by the way. And also I'm a relationship coach. I have taken a degree from the US and life coaching. So I had written 4 books, and 2 are especially meant for the couples. This is one. This is Secrets of Lasting Love. Secrets. Love in a relationship is for a short time. first few months is very nice. After 6th month, everything, the love goes somewhere else and the bodies are kept there, right? In any relationship, I'll tell you just one secret, more are inside. I can't tell you everything right now. But one secret I can tell you is that always remember that in any relationship, may it be a girl or a boy, between a father and a mother, a father and a daughter, or father and a son, a husband and a wife, in any relationship, okay, no third person should come in between. No third person should come in between. Because the problems between a husband and a wife, or a problem between a couple, how can a third person solve it? Only they can solve their problems. Try to understand my point. What happens practically, I will tell you what happens. There is, in Indian scenario, the husband and wife are fighting. Newly wedded couple fighting like crazy. The first 2 years in a marriage is always like that. First 6 months are glorious. And from the 7th month up to the 2nd year, the 2 years get completed, it's a lot of chaos in the life. I'm telling you one thing, that another secret I'm telling you. These first 2 years of the relationships are the, what can I say, are the foundation for the entire life. How you deal with each other in the first 2 years in a relationship, that decides the entire life. Because that becomes the foundation. When you start staying together, and I'm telling in that scenario, outside staying, separately staying and just meeting, that's fun. But when you start staying under one roof, that's where from the 7th month onwards, the test starts. Because in the first 6 months, by the 6 months have passed, come to know each other, that hum log sab kitne pani mein hai. I mean, we know each other, everything about each other. And then we start from the 7th month, we start saying, you didn't tell me before. I never expected that. I thought you never told me these things. An SMS comes all of a sudden, who is this? You never told me this. So there are so many such things, practical level. The love gets diminished. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is secret of lasting love. Okay? So you can have this. And then another one is entangled hearts. Entangled hearts is how you can be in a relationship and be God conscious at the same time. If God is the center of our lives, then both can remain happy. Couple can remain happy. Because the center is the God, right? And then performing devotional service, pleasing the God is the center. If you try to please each other, you try it for this complete birth. And I guarantee you, you cannot be satisfied by someone else. You may do your best to satisfy your father, your mother, your friend, your colleague, your girlfriend, your wife. You try to satisfy them. You do everything for them. But they will not be satisfied. Same is with the girl also. If she tries her best to do everything, does everything, all that boxes are checked, still not possible. Because it is not possible to satisfy each other's senses. After the initial attraction is over, then it's very difficult. So, but when God is in the center of the lives, then relationship goes long, really long. And it's very enjoyable because both are engaged in service of the Lord. And then we are not the center, the God is the center. Our desires are not the center, the God becomes the center. And they're practically, in this book, I dedicate this, I wrote this because I also went through a lot of scenarios in my life, in my household life, a lot of challenges. I'm a full-time preacher. I don't have no job, nothing. I travel across the globe. So, and I have 3 kids, so I have seen different scenarios, different situations, and I have observed that and I have put that here. And these are, you might think this person is staying in India, what he'll understand about us. I travel across the 178 cities in the world, last 12 years. So I have met hundreds and hundreds of people and helped so many of them. So this is all put by experience. It will help you. And there is one book called as Taking Shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. There is a book here. So this Taking Shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, this is what I told today. We discussed about Srimad Bhagavatam. So it narrates about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the Taking Shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. This talks about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam in detail, and I'll inspire you to study Srimad Bhagavatam. And the 4th book is Narayan Kavach. This is Narayan Kavach. Narayan Kavach is very, very powerful. What can I say about Narayan Kavach? It is such a powerful thing. It's such a powerful thing that by taking shelter of Narayan Kavach, it's a mantra, need to be chanted. It needs to be installed in the body, and then there are 30 verses, which needs to be recited every day, and 3 mantras to be put on your body. Everything, the book has all the pictures and everything, how to do it. Now this mantra, it takes care of black magic, it nullifies the effect of black magic, it nullifies negative energies, it nullifies everything. And because it creates an aura around you, that penetrating that aura for black magic becomes difficult. It creates such an aura. And it's from the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very powerful. I started this journey with Narayan Kavach in 2010. It's almost a 14th year now. I have went through lots of ghost attacks, lots of negative energies, and guess what? I have come out from it very, very smoothly, from all those problems and tribulations. Actually, this is what it gave me strength. It is such a powerful tool, and all my close friends around me, I always inspire them to chant this, and they see results, and you will never be defeated. You might lose a battle, but will always come out victorious with Narayan Kavach. There's a blessing with that. You will get such amount of confidence to do things. It's amazing. Otherwise, why will a person chant for 14 years? So that's why I thought of let me share this with everyone. That's why I wrote a book. So Yogmaya Mataji, you can take it here from further. So this is books available for you. She will come to you, and if you want, you can have them. Any other questions, my dear friends? I'm so happy to have met all of you. Thank you so much. It was such a nice gathering. Thank you, Nilamar Prabhuji. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We have some time. We have time with us. Dinner, right?